This is an EKG. The EKG, known as ECG as well, is electrical event in the heart that are detected by electrodes on the surface of the body and recorded. There is depolarization and repolarization. Depolarization are positively charged sodium ions that enter a cell, causing the cell membrane to reverse its internal charge from negative to positive and creating an electrical current. Repolarization, on the other hand, are positively charged potassium ions to leave the cell. As you can see, there's P wave, QRS, and T. In the P wave, there is atrial depolarization. The reason why this wave is much smaller than this wave is because this is where the atria is located, and this is located in the ventricles. The ventricles are much bigger than the atrium, hence why the P wave is very small. So the P wave, again, is where atrium depolarizes. And then in the QRS is where ventricles depolarize. At also the same time, which is not noticeable, there's atrium repolarization that occurs, but you can't see that because it's the smaller, and this QRS wave masks the repolarization of the atria. Then over here, the T wave is where ventricles repolarize. There are intervals and segments. There is a PR interval, an PR segment, an ST segment, and a QT interval. The differences between them is that the PR interval is the time required for an impulse to travel from the SA node to the ventricular muscle. The QT interval is when ventricular depolarization and repolarization occur. So from Q to T, there's two things happening. Right here, ventricular depolarizes, and right here, ventricular repolarizes. So from the Q to T interval, that's what happens. The PR segment is where the time for an impulse to travel from an AV node to the ventricles occur. So from the AV node to the ventricles is a PR segment. So the segment is half of the PR interval, because the PR interval starts at the SA node, and the SA node is the very beginning. The ST segment measures the delay between ventricular depolarization and repolarization. So when ventricular depolarization stops right here, it's measuring how long it takes for the ventricle to repolarize again. And then there's arrhythmia, and arrhythmia is the irregularities in the heartbeat. It indicates problem in cardiac function.